We start in the US, where Donald Trump has passed his first big test with Republican voters to become their 2024 presidential nominee. As expected, the former president has won the Iowa caucuses by a huge margin. Meanwhile, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is pipping Nikki Haley to the runner-up spot as the final votes are counted. Speaking to supporters, Trump said it's time for the party to unite.
And I really think this is time now for everybody, our country, to come together. We want to come together, whether it's Republican or Democrat or liberal or conservative. It would be so nice if we could come together and straighten out the world and straighten out the problems and straighten out all of the death and destruction that we're witnessing. That's practically never been like this. It's just so important, and I want to make that a very big part of our message. We're going to come together. It's going to happen soon, too. It's going to happen soon.
Our correspondent Janelle Dumoulin is on the ground in Iowa City for us. I asked her earlier what Trump's victory means for his campaign going forward.
Well, with more than 51% of the vote, this was certainly a decisive win for Trump, telling us that, at least in Iowa, the Republican Party is still very much Trump's party. Now, his campaign here in Iowa was credited with some very strong organizing. The Trump campaign had a very strong ground game here. And even as the weather prompted fears among his campaign that there would be a lower turnout and that his lead would not be as wide as initially projected, those fears have clearly not materialized. Trump is one step closer to that GOP nomination. He's one step closer to going head-to-head with Joe Biden in November. But of course, we can't forget the circumstances at play here. We're talking about Trump. This is somebody who denied the results of the 2020 election. This is someone who is facing multiple civil and criminal proceedings. He won Iowa. He is on his way to become his party's nominee, an entirely democratically held process. Now, this is going to be an election unlike any other, and we've just witnessed the start of it, Yuresh.
It was a close race as well for a second, Janelle. What does it mean for Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis?
Indeed, we've been talking about it all day. We have been saying that the most important aspect of this Iowa caucus is the race for second place. Both Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis really needed strong second place finishes in order to truly distinguish themselves as true contenders for Trump and to get them some much needed momentum for the primaries in the next states. Now, that didn't happen for either of them, but it's probably worse for DeSantis, who was really banking on Iowa. He went all in on Iowa. He visited all 99 counties, that he came in second, so far behind Trump, and with such a small lead over Haley, showed that that strategy really did not work and that his campaign truly might be in trouble here. And as for Nikki Haley, there were polls that came out ahead of this caucus that put her ahead of DeSantis, and in the end that might have raised expectations and hurt her and robbed her of some of that momentum that she might truly need going into New Hampshire next.